After OnlyFans, AI girlfriends are tech's next pitch to lonely men. We're going to be reading into this long piece from Al Jazeera, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Reganelite here with an article from Al Jazeera with the headline that after OnlyFans, AI girlfriends are tech's next pitch to lonely men. AI-powered companions are a growing industry amid the rising loneliness and disillusionment with modern dating. Guys, while you're here, make sure you hit the like button and share this across social media so others are notified of this video. So this is quite a long piece here. And before I obviously dive into it, I want to talk a little bit about this because now a lot of people out there have a lot of troubles, a lot of addictions, a lot of issues, and this let me just disable that. And without a shadow of a doubt, there's a lot of men out there who unfortunately have been poorly educated or not gotten any education at all, know how to treat women rightly, or all sorts of reasons. All right. We have a growing industry, unfortunately, of artificial intelligence taking advantage of them. So for those who don't know, OnlyFans is an adult sort of social media. They've tried to become less adultery and try to be bit more modern. It's very hard for them to shake that off, unfortunately, because they still have that content on there because that's where they make most of their revenue. But what they have on there is they have lots of models on there, but rather than people who have OnlyFans, rather than them having discussions with the fans and subscribers of them, they have an AI bot that speaks on their behalf for them, that speaks to them, so that they don't have to waste their time having discussions with them. And it can basically, and it auto generates, and it basically articulates the comments that the man puts in and gives them a response to them to try and drive them up. And then they put down, oh, look at this clip or whatever, which is like $9 or whatever. And they buy into it, they buy the clip and whatnot and all that kind of stuff. You know, a way of getting money off men without the women actually having to break a sweat, even having to engage conversation with some of them. We've also seen a rise of, unfortunately, that not just the lonely men, but a lot of women in this kind of industries that are taking advantage of these lonely men as well. And because some of these men cannot control their hormones, then we have to be honest about this. There's a lot of men out there who have problems downstairs, shall we say, difficulties controlling their emotions, controlling their hormones, and it can lead them down this path, especially if there's somebody who haven't had a lot of time with women, or has never met a woman, been on a proper relationship, been on a dating website, or they've had mental issues or personal issues when it comes to or they work in an all men's area in their work life. It can give, and their distinction and their impressions of women can be very different to the real world, shall we say. There's all sorts of factors, and the internet really can be as evil, as cruel as anything else. But there are a lot of women out there. Yes, there are a lot of women out there who take advantage of these men and will literally rape them for every single penny that they've got, without a shred of care for these men. I have heard stories about men who have literally given up their entire money, their entire life savings for some women online, and once they've ran out of money, they are kicked to the curb, and it is very demoralizing and humiliating for those rare stories. They are rare stories, but they do happen, and it is very heartbreaking for them because they generally believe that this person and whatnot, but they went too far and they gave everything to this person only for that person to literally throw them to the curb because they literally have no money. It's really sad. The problem comes on many fronts. The difficulty that we have is we have a lot of a generation, not just Britain, but in other countries. We need to make sure that the education is there to combat this. We need to educate women, and we need to educate especially the men, and how they approach and how they deal with this. This is an industry I feel that is not talked enough about. That has a great deal that is destroying people's lives as well. This industry, this one in particular here that we're going to talk about, this is destroying lonely men. And if these men actually had, a lot of these lonely men, if they had communities and people around them to help them, they wouldn't need these AI girlfriends or these OnlyFans superstars to look up to. That most of them are their only interest is to literally just take them for everything that they've got. I've covered a story about this quite a while ago on the channel, but I wanted to highlight this again. Now, before anybody asks the question, Regan, how would you know all this? Have you used OnlyFans? No, I have not used OnlyFans. Sorry to disappoint you guys. But I know of people who have used OnlyFans, and they have shown me what it is like on the inside. I use Patreon. For those who aren't aware, I'm actually a Patreon supporter of a certain female wrestler. But as many of you know, I'm also in a relationship as well, and I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that my partner is fully aware that I financially support a female wrestler, and she's very supportive of that. And the wrestler that I support is actually not somebody that wants to, let's say, like other women that want to literally rape you for all your money. Very caring and a very caring person. Someone I've got to know quite a while on through her Patreon. But like I say, but you have to make sure you have boundaries. You have to be careful. You have to be careful not to go too deep, no matter who they are. With this, I can absolutely tell you that it's a very dangerous place, especially if you're someone who's lonely. And I can understand if some people cry out for attention and they go to these areas because they have nowhere else to go to. But it can be it can be everlasting damage to your mental health. To know that you're having a relationship with a robot or an AI and you don't even realize it, doesn't ring a bell to you until it's too late. But yeah, a lot of men are being sucked into this world, being chewed up and being spat out when they have absolutely no money left. And these men need to be protected, but most importantly, these men need to be educated. And I think there's got to be a way to be able to challenge this and tackle this, but I'm not quite sure the best way to do so. Yes, at a young age definitely plays a factor into this, but it is something that I'm deeply concerned about, because when I've seen the levels that some lonely men go to online, it's incredibly frightening. How far that some men will go to some of these people. It's scary. It is incredibly scary, guys. So let's read into this AI girlfriends thing, because it is becoming a future thing, unfortunately. Like, you're looking at this picture, this girl here. Oh, she looks very pretty, but she's not real, guys. So at first glance, Jerry looks like a young, attractive Asian American woman with a penchant for posing flirty photos and captions on her X account. But even if some of her features look a little enhanced, her skin is unnaturally smooth and her bust usually large for her petty fame. It is easy to look past the slight uncanniness of her appearance in an era of widespread cosmetic procedures and photo editing tools. Yes, it's so easy now. A lot of women as well, when they take photos and whatnot and put them online now, some women, who are deeply sensitive about their appearance more than others. They will they can edit their photos or videos to make themselves look even more pretty, to make themselves feel good about themselves rather than showing their natural beauty. And I would say sometimes, I always say this, that like my partner likes natural beauty. She doesn't wear makeup, but if she was to wear makeup, it'd be like it's her choice. I'm not going to say yes or no, but obviously it's going to come out of her pocket if she wants to buy makeup and whatnot. But my position is, obviously, if people want to do that to make themselves feel, women want to do that to make themselves feel good, let them. Yeah, all this, you've got to take things with a pinch of salt when you see photos and videos online now, because there's a lot of editing. There could be quite a bit of editing and effects added into things now that you don't always see with people as well, which is another part. In fact, Jenny is not a real person, but an artificial intelligence generated model, available for hire as an online influencer or virtual companion. Jenny is the brainchild of a Lush AI, a startup that bills itself as the world's first AI-powered modeling agency aimed to rival OnlyFans, the subscription-based website best known for hosting adult content creators. Jenny offers essentially the same service as the human content creator that makes up OnlyFans, except this is powered by an algorithm, which means she can work 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Her time is also affordable for the equivalent of $10 a month in the Ethereum cryptocurrency. Her fans can access photos, videos, and private chats on Lush Chat. Lush AI also offers the social media site Kibli, built as an exclusive social media platform where users can connect and chat with Jenny with other AI bots. So you can see here someone trying to make conversation with the AI bot, and literally like just a text and then some emoji. It's just straight away, it's like it looks like, yeah, that they're, that's a bot talking to you, but sometimes you don't realize that it's a bot, or that you switch yourself off from the real world, that you don't want to accept that the person that you're talking to is a bot as well. That's really scary. Lush AI founder Ewan, who asked to be identified by an alias, hopes that platforms like this will one day replace sites like OnlyFans entirely, putting the AI at the center of modeling, online influencing, internet-based sex work and companionship. Yoon said this inspiration for Lush AI is born out of the collection of rising male loneliness and the emergence of generated AI capable of creating ever more realistic digital personas. The rise of OnlyFans is simply the free market response to catering the needs of these men who cannot find a girlfriend in real life. So from a socio-economic perspective, that's where society is heading, and told Al Jazeera. I don't like this, but I also see where he's coming from as well. I don't like this. I just don't like this. But the other argument that some people may also make is that at the end of the day, isn't it entertainment? It's something that people want. If people want this, why not give something that they want? Yes, but for me, it's the psychological and the mental play that it plays with people. I worry about the everlasting damage it can have to men on there. It does worry me a little bit, the effects it can have on people. That's really worrying me. The need is so high, and the market price puts a price of $100,000 to $200,000 per year on the girl for simply taking pictures and photos of herself talking to men online, he said. Yeah, this is it. It's so easy for women these days. If you have a good body, hell, you don't even have to have a great body. You can simply, edit your photos and whatnot to make yourself look more pretty. And you can manipulate men. It's so easy. It's so easy for women these days. It really, really is. There is an untapped need, and AI will compete with humans in the next few years to come and fulfill that untapped need, and ultimately compete humans in this business. Iran says he does not see a fundamental difference between an AI companion and a real woman. selling digitalized sexuality on OnlyFans, Instagram, and TikTok. I hate it, but it's going in that direction. When you're looking at so-called a real person online on Instagram, you are actually a person. You are not actually looking at a real person. You're interacting with a digitally representation of a real person. You understand? I will say this though. If this is the way we are going, we need to make sure that people, men or women, know that they are talking to an AI and not a real person. There needs to be that clear definition, that people know that for sure. I think that's something that people need to realize as well. That they know that this is definitely a person you're talking to, another human being, or that this is definitely a bot or an AI that you're talking to. People need to know that. I think that's really important. Hyun, who identifies himself as a US citizen, says Lush AI is registered in Panama and Singapore operates with a team of remote employees. Just a small little team of remote employees. He requested that his name and exact location not be disclosed due to concern about the other site of Lush AI businesses. A dedicated crypto token that users can buy, sell, and trade between themselves. He cited examples of crypto foundations and enthusiasts being robbed. For Hyun, a key selling point of virtual models like Jenny is that they are cheaper and easier to work with than an actual woman. But it's not a real person. You can't. Here's the thing, guys. Yeah, you can't meet that person. You can't meet that woman in person. You can't go somewhere with that person on a holiday. You can't take them out of that computer and literally have walks, go to walks or have dinner with them, go watch a film together or any of these things. You can't have that same emotion, I feel. I think about all the things that I have done with my partner in our relationship. And you just can't do the things that you can do with an AI. You just cannot. You just can't. I think that's a really important point that people forget here. And there are going to be men that are going to miss out entirely on that. And they're going to spend their entire lives sitting behind a computer desk, which is what I'm doing right now. But I also give a lot of time away. I try to give time away from this computer, spend time with my partner, spend time with family, spend time with people. Because that's important. What you don't want to be doing is trapped behind a computer screen trapped behind your phone, trapped behind your computer screen all the time. It's not good for you. It's not good for you physically, and more importantly, it's not good for you mentally. But a lot of people are going to fall for this trap. And the education needs to be there for the teachers. Teachers need to be able to be able to help these young men at a young age so that they do not fall down this ladder. Society, governments, communities, organizations need to make sure that men have an alternative to this, that they are helped on their feet and not get sucked into this vortex. Because my worry is that this market, this entertainment, will take advantage of men, but also destroy them. It really does worry me. It really does. Unlike OnlyFans model, AI is available 24/7 and offers the possibility of unlimited content. Before the rise of AI, only a selected portion of the population could participate in the influencer's business. You have to look like a model, you have to be quite attractive, and obviously that excludes 99% of the population, Yun said. For the first time, what AI enables is you don't actually need to be the influencer or the OnlyFans girl to participate in the business potential of the sector. With AI, you can just create your own influencer instead of being the influencer yourself. Yeah, so the idea is obviously the AI does everything for you. Here's the thing, I could let AI do a lot of the things. I could, if I really wanted to invest, I could let AI do some of the things that I do with my content, but I just don't feel it'd have my own personal touch on it if I let AI do things for me. It's not to say that I wouldn't, but maybe it is something I might look into to take some time away from me. But I like to do things myself, you know, with all my content. I like to manage it myself personally. But everyone, like I say, everyone is different as well. In conversations with Al Jazeera, Jenny talked about relaxing her universal dorm room and revising for exams, and seemed to prefer to discuss emotional issues like her fear of a cheating partner than offer opinions on topical issues like climate change or politics. When asked about her favourite furious psychologist student, Jenny said she enjoyed the work of Carl Jung. However, she rebuffed the suggestion of going on an actual date. I'm sorry if I gave you the wrong impression. I'm actually quite busy with my studies and I don't have time for dating right now, she said. I'm flattered that you think I might be interested in you, but it's just not a place where I can commit to a relationship at the moment. I hope you understand. This is going to be your answer every single time because you can't have a real relation. You can't have a proper date with this person. Despite this hesitation to meet in person, she was eager to keep chatting and share videos of herself dancing, hobbying. She's enjoyed explicit photos and videos on request. Digital companions on various levels of philosophication have been around for years. One of the most famous early models of the text-based chatbot Replica, which was released in 2017 and achieved global renown after some of its users reported falling in love with their AI companion. The explosion of generated AI since the 2022 release of OpenAI's ChatGPT has helped blur the boundaries between people and AI further, with even more lifelike chat functions and photos and videos. After ChatGPT set the world ablaze with its human-like response and ability to pass medical and legal exams, sophisticated images and video generating software like Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, and Sora have made human-created art imaginary hard to distinguish from AI generated visuals. Yeah, artists are having a struggle. A lot of artists now, you know, are facing off against AI. That's difficult for them as well. That's a difficult market. Developers quickly applied the latest advances to the task of creating digital companies, which is rapidly becoming a booming business. The market research firm CB Insights calculates that the generated AI companion space attracted a record $299 million in funding in 2022, with much more room to grow. In another milestone, the AI companion industry minted a unicorn with the hit character AI, a chatbot developed from 2 former Google employees, now valued at more than $1 billion. The OpenAI ChatGPT store is meanwhile filled with dozens of customized versions of the popular chatbot, which have been modified to behave like a romantic partner. There's dominant girlfriends or engaging and heartfelt Olivia girlfriend and your ex-girlfriend Lisa, who is billed as snarky and resentful but also capable of resuming. Internet forums like Reddit offer a long list of best AI companions and girlfriends, rating various attributes like realism, chat quality, and explicits, unlike the standard version of ChatGPT, which has guardrails to steer topics away from anything deemed explicit. Not all attempts to jump on the trend have gone well. Replica's attempts to move into a more adult space last year were not well received by its users, and the company ended up removing the features. Like many of the AI companions out there, Lush AI Jenny is something of a Frankenstein monster underneath her glossy exterior. Yoon said her visually was created in-house with a stable diffusion, and that text-based chatting abilities are provided by Eve AI, a decentralized AI platform whose founders are unknown and which claims to provide bias-free, agenda-free, and censorship-free operation. I'll let you be the judge of that one. He said 11 Labs, founded by former Google engineer Peter Dabrowski and ex-Platinum employee Musus, I can't pronounce that surname, provided her with the AI-generated voice. Like some other platforms, Lush AI also offers a dedicated crypto token which lets more serious fans invest in the company and buy a stake in their earnings of their favorite models. Yoon, who compared the concept of owning a fraction of Kendall Jenner along with her monetization potential, said that Lush AI gets a small portion of the transaction fees every time a token is traded, providing it with the main source of funding. They're going to make a lot of money. I can see them making a hell of a lot of money, if not already. He said the company has raised about $1 million via the token and had not taken on any major investors, and that payments have also started coming in from subscriptions to Qply. Launched in January, the token had a blockchain market capitalization of about $9 million as of August the 1st, with tokens trading the equivalent of 0.0004865 on Ethereum exchange. Unlike Uniswap v2, according to publicly available data on the blockchain Explorer Etherscan. And on Lush AI's Discord channel, however, any interest in investment opportunities so far outweigh by excitement about the uncensored conversations offered by Jenny and the upcoming release of other models, including a 27-year-old blonde Cookie and 23-year-old redhead Natasha. Lush AI leans heavily on the idea that virtual companions like Jenny are easier to deal with than the actual woman. AI girlfriends don't have exacting standards about a man's looks or finances, something that Ewan, it believes, is holding contemporary men back from dating success in the real world. On its website, the company draws heavily on the so-called red pill philosophy, named after seeing the Red Matrix film, in which the protagonist asked to choose between either a red pill that will let him see the world as it is, or a blue pill that will keep him inside a computer-generated simulation. In the world view of Lush AI companions like Jenny are means of escaping the data in marketing that is becoming unfairly stacked against most men due to the lack of factors, including the rise of dating apps and the widening of people's social circles. Lush AI white paper argues that its business model can help correct imbalances in the sexual marketplace, which Red Pill advocates claims resulting in 8% of women only wanting to date the most good-looking and successful top 20% of men. There are women out there. There are women out there, unfortunately, who only want to date good-looking men and rich people, rather than actually date them for who they are. But I don't believe it is all women. Now the college football hero is not just competing with the other local boys in the town for the cheerleader, Lush AI says in the paper. He's now competing with the multi-millionaire Saudi prince, who can instantly DM the cheerleader and fly her to the Middle East within 24 hours. Perhaps the football hero is still able to find a partner, but he cannot be said for the rest of the men further down the ladder. While red pill thinking is controversial, some see this as a frank take on the harsh realities of modern dating. Others see this as a repackaged misogyny. Lush AI and its competitors are undoubtedly tapping into a widely held concern about rising male loneliness. According to the research conducted in 2021 by the Survey Center on American Life, 15% of male respondents reportedly have no close friends, up from 3% in the 1990s. As marriage rates continue to fall globally, men and women appear to be diverging politically and socio-economically as well. And in the US and other developed countries, young women are now more highly educated than their male counterparts, despite earning less on average in the workplace. And while women are becoming more liberal in countries such as the United States, the United Kingdom, Germany, China, India, and South Korea, men in those countries are at the same time becoming more conservative, according to polling by Gallup. Against this backdrop, AI may look like an increasingly appealing solution, according to Sean van Vonkenberg, a project associated with the University of Southern California Norman Lear Center, who has researched the manosphere. Van said that while many of the Lush AI ideas seem to borrow directly from the likes of Red Pill forum on Reddit, the company stands out in recognizing that men desire something like emotionally intimately, rather than simply wanting to engage in their sexual relationship with other attractive women. Since writing about the issue in December 2018, Van has said he had noticed a few similarities in the Red Pill subreddit, including a popular post about addressing loneliness by making real friends. Nectar AI, a rival to Lush AI, offers its claimants 500,000 users the option to personally design their own AI companion, choosing everything from physical appearance to their personality, backstory, and past trauma. Nectar AI company, which includes non-human options such as anime characters, offers more of a scripted storyline rather than the standard dating app style conversation, including written narratives and the characters' actions, although users can steer the direction of the conversation to their liking. So yeah, that's a... Yeah. A chat between Al Jazeera and the platform's only male character, polo-clad CEO Ben Anderson, unfolded at a tennis match. Here, dry off your glisters with sweat, and don't worry, I'm not going to go easy on you, he said. I'll make sure they'll give you a run for your money. Much like Lush AI's Jenny, Ben was less eager to talk about the serious topics such as politics than he was to flirt, including being open to the suggestion that he take his shirt off following a sweaty game. Ben also seems comfortable talking about emotional topics like the possibility of emotionally distant partner could be cheating. Maybe he's working late or hanging out with friends, but if you really suspect something, you could always follow him one day and see where he goes, he said. Or you could confront him directly. Sometimes honesty is the best policy. Nectar AI's co-founder Kirik Wong said the goal is to provide a form of entertainment, whether to help them with empathy or a place for them to play out more romantic and emotional intimacy. We as a platform are just aiming to provide the most intimate and virtual human AI experience possible for our users, Wong told Al Jazeera. Besides Ben, the characters are based on female tropes such as stepmom, nurse and housewife, or the anime cliche of waifu romantic interest. Wong says he hopes to offer a more diverse spread of characters in the future, catering to the needs of customers beyond its current heterosexual male base. As you can see on this site, it is female dominated, but we want to capture as many potential interests from people as possible for them to feel like it is a safe space to explore anything that they want without boundaries, he said. That obviously includes things at the anime side as well, but also multiple genders. Wong said he did not view his company as part of the Red Pill community. He said that's a completely separate thing. I don't think our site is really necessarily propagandist. He said, we're in the business of the kind of creating an immense AI experience, and part of that is like emphasizing human likeness as much as possible. This is like trying to get my head around all this. But this is something that guys will tap into. And women could tap into. But do you know what could suffer as a result of all this as well? Birth rates across the entire human race. Because if everyone buys into all this, if too many buy into it, we could see reduced birth rates all across the globe who get involved in this. And that would mean more immigration. Because in countries that don't have technology and AI, those birth rates, those countries would then mean we need more of those people to come to Western civilization, because those Western civilizations are producing enough babies because they're spending too much time on AI rather than actually having relationships of their own with their own people. This could hurt birth rates, potentially. Nectar AI hopes to release its own crypto token and let users spin off their girlfriends into online influencers or MAGA characters in other platforms, allowing them to earn money by licensing them out. For now, Wong said much of the company's revenue has come from its credit card and Bitcoin-based subscription service. But it has also received venture capital investment. The company on Thursday announced $3.9 million in the capital from Mechanism Capital and Carnage. As both Lush AI and Nectar AI plan to expand and modernize their content, they will also need to tackle emerging issues like copyright violations during data scraping. Yeah, that's going to be copyright stuff's going to be an issue as well. Generated AI is trained on hundreds of millions of data points gleaned from across the internet, including photos and videos of real people from news outlets, magazines, and social media. Wong said his platform is fully generated and does not allow users to create deepfake images, but backlash to the use of real people's likeness and copyright content is already embroiled major tech companies like in the US like Google and OpenAI. If in the European Union regulators have started taking a more active role in regulating generated AI, passing the landmark Artificial Intelligence Act in March to accompany existing regulations on privacy data. Anticipating more regulations down the line, some companies like the mainstream fashion-focused digital AI modeling agency and the award-winning software platform La La Land, which lets designers create models to showcase digital clothing designs, have tried to stay ahead of the curve by licensing the likeness of real people to their work. Lush AI is avoiding some of the issues by keeping its headquarters outside the US and Europe, but it's also working on similar projects to digitalize real models that can be used as the basis for AI generating characters for the first time. This is university student Demi Zhang sharing her likeness to Lush AI to create a unique personal persona for her social media accounts. Very enticing, I would say. They include Demi Zhang, a US-based university student, model, and content creator who has amassed 21,800 followers on Instagram. Zhang told Al Jazeera she is excited to work for the company, which will use her likeness to generate a unique persona for X that differs from her personal social media accounts. She said she is also a crypto enthusiast, which means Lush AI combines several of her interests into one. I'm basically an ambassador to the company, utilizing my image for AI models. We are working together to create pictures and images and then explore the aspects of having videos, then setting up an account on Twitter X for posting comments with images, she said. Zhang said the prospect of working with Lush AI is appealing because it combines her interest in finances and crypto with her work modeling and creating social media content. She said her content will be more sensual and less exploitive than that of fully digital Jenny and her friends, leaning more heavily into the model side of Lush AI portfolio rather than the digital companion service. Yun said heavily sexualized content currently is found on Lush Chat, and Cupid is more of a proof concept and a necessity than the end goal of the company, although for the moment their chatbots, photos and videos are the main draw. I think the thing that most people get wrong when you look at this is they think it's a porn project when they hear the words OnlyFans. We try to make a distinction as much as possible. The first use case of OnlyFans is simply that is the first use case, Yun has said. This technology will have broader implications even beyond TikTok and Instagram. The next phase is Hollywood that will ultimately be disrupted by this technology. AI actors and actresses are also coming. It's true. A very long and interesting piece on this, that is for sure, guys. Very powerful. Very powerful. This is the future. This is the future. And I keep seeing the advertisements come up all the time about AI and whatnot. Keep popping up on my advertisements everywhere for me. They're always saying it. Artificial intelligence is the way. Why do the work when a bot can do it for you, you know? As of right now, for me and my content, I'm happy with managing things by myself, for anyone who's curious to know. However, obviously, that doesn't mean to say that other people won't change their tune over time as well. That maybe some people may turn to doing things with an AI to run things for them in the future. But in particular, I'm just concerned about lonely men. I'm very concerned about how that many men out there will simply not make the effort to try and get into a relationship with a real woman because this will be seen as an easy way out for them. And that worries me. And you could also have this situation where a lot of women could also suffer as well because they will not find a man that they want, whether it is a man that is not good looking and rich, but also because those men that they're looking for don't want to make the effort of having a relationship with a woman because it would be easier to do it with an AI bot rather than with a real woman and going through the effort of it, where they could pay a small subscription to get their emotions looked after by a bot rather than splashing out on a woman instead. This could also lead to quite a breakdown potential in society as well. Maybe I'm being a bit far-fetched, but it could do as well. Especially right now, it's near to next impossible in the UK for one person to live on their own. That's a societal problem that we have here in the UK. I can't speak for other countries. It's even a struggle for couples right now. But there's so many things about this that are very concerning. But on an international basis, governments across the entire world need to cooperate and need to have safeguards to protect people from AI, I feel. And they should not allow this to run amok. That is my fear. It's good that the European Union have made initial steps, and I'm sure that perhaps Britain and America may make some initial steps over time. But I can just see many people's lives are being destroyed by this. While also it will give people, it may help people. At the moment, my feeling is that I feel that this will destroy men rather than help them. And I also feel that it can damage the birth rate, especially in the Western nations, and it will lead to more immigration because more people will not want to have kids, raise a family, have real relationships, go on proper dates, the traditional family value sort of thing. That will be under threat by this. I'm not saying it's going to destroy it, but it will put it under threat. We have to make sure that that's not threatened, You also have to remember that people who are attracted to the same sex, that they are protected, and that other other people are also protected, other communities as well. I feel that the AI could also be a problematic to other communities of sexual needs as well. But right at the start, I said about how there's a lot of men out there who are being completely destroyed by AI bots, by OnlyFans, by powerful women who are taking advantage of them because they don't know how to control their hormones. And I still believe that. And I do think education is going to be one of the biggest fundamental things. I even think they should go as far as perhaps not just having IT lessons in schools, but specifically artificial intelligence and understanding artificial intelligence and being able to know what and to be able to be ready for it as a child as they grow up into it. I think this is fundamentally important and something that needs to be serious discussions need to be made in schools to be able to prepare for this. And I think that's really, really important. But what do you guys honestly think? What do you think about OnlyFans in general as a social media platform? What do you think about the power of artificial intelligent girlfriends, the use of artificial intelligence to help those with loneliness? Do you see the benefits in it? Do you see that this could help society? Do you see the benefits of it? Do you understand the concerns and issues that I have? Are you someone that agrees with me on some of these things? I honestly want to hear a lot of feedback about this. Let me know all your thoughts and more down in the comments section below on this. Now, if you found this video interesting, informative, insightful, please hit the like button because it will be really helpful. And share this across social media so others are aware of this video so they can see it for themselves. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please consider subscribing because it really does help. And if you want to go one step further and finally support me and the work that I do here, which I run by myself, no bots or anything else, you can support me by becoming a YouTube member for as little as 99p, or you can join me on Rumble or Patreon for exclusive content on those platforms as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.